is sorting. I get to know about this system in the year 2012. Sorting, S-O-K-T-E-N-G. It is spelled S-O-K, not S-O-O-K, nor S-O-C-K, or S-O-U-K, or whatever. It's just S-O-K. Okay? Alright, thank you. Now, I got to know this system in the year 2012 when somebody passed me a DVD. When I look at it, I try to follow what is being taught there, using the 4 steps. And I planted the money seed. Within a few months, I saw the result. I thought it was so amazing. By just watching the DVD, I already see some results. What if I were to learn directly from that speaker? Even more fantastic. So I thought I would bring him to Malaysia. So that's where we started to invite Gershie Michael to come to Malaysia, and he gave the public talk and also the retreat that Teacher Jenny was talking about just now. So after that, every year I followed his courses and I learned so much. I felt like it's always not enough just learning 1, 2 levels from him. Every year there's something new for me to learn. Okay, so after that I thought it is such an amazing system. It helped my life, especially I learned how to plant the seed to see what I want. In short, people say it's the dream come true seed. Alright, so whatever that I want, when I just dream it, I plant it and I got it. Just as simple as that. So lately I thought it would be good if I can also share this system systematically to everyone. And Gershie Michael has this class in Sedona called the Sedona College of Management, where he's teaching people on how to teach this system. I learned it, and today I'm here to present to you what I've learned, and I hope it will help you as well. Alright? So what happened in my life is when I learned this, I used this method to plan the career that I want. I planned the things that I want. Say I want to learn from Gershie Michael. I got the time, I got the means. Alright? And I just came back September 12, I went to Sedona to learn the course. Then after that, I thought Gershie Michael has the Diamond Mountain Retreat Center. I wanted to go. So, plant the seed, I went. It will be amazing. When I have time, I'll go through to you how this is being done. But today we'll focus on the topic. Alright? So let's move on. From what Teacher Sunny has mentioned just now, we're going to tell you more in detail what he has mentioned just now about the types of object of addiction. Okay, so for the benefits of some who can read Chinese, we talk about the object of addiction. There are 3 main types. Mainly the one on physical, emotional, and we call the philosophical. The physical part is very easy. It's mainly the things that we eat or we drink. And it's very obvious. For example, coffee or food, certain junk food. Say for myself, when I'm free, I like to munch something just to pass time. But we know junk food is actually not very good for our good health. So I will still want to have it like every afternoon. Okay, I'll go to this goreng pisang, you know. It's very nice to have that goreng pisang. It's just for that savor. But we know it's actually not very healthy because it's very well oily. Alright? But I feel happy when I eat that. That's how I feel. Okay? A lot of people are smiling. Yes, we think this goreng pisang can make me feel happy. Or when I'm feeling bored, it can fill my time of boredom. However, is it good? Not really in a way, because in the long term it is hurting my health. Right? It's too oily. Same thing with coffee. A lot of people think that it's okay, a cup of coffee a day is okay, but then 5 cups, we think that it's not so healthy anymore. But still, we feel that there's something in the coffee that's making me alert, helping me to have more inspiration after drinking the coffee. And this is something that we are going to think deeper in this session. Next one is of course liquor. That is very obvious because there are people in the US, they got into this alcoholism where they cannot stop and can't live without alcohol. That is the one that is very obvious. Next one, cigarettes. Okay, people who are smoking can relate to this because the sense of feeling wanting to smoke is something that is driven all the time, that we can't stop. Although we know that it's no good, right? But we can't stop. How many of you here smoke? Anyway, nobody smoke. Good. So we move on to the next one. But this is a very common one. Okay, we don't smoke, but many of us has handphone, gadgets, computer. So it's very common, even children today, when they sit down, even my nieces and nephew, they will come and say, Auntie, can I borrow your handphone? I say, why? No lah, just for a while lah. You know what they're doing? Games. Because while waiting for the food, that's the time where they start playing. So it's something that they cannot control, sometimes to a certain extent. Alright, even adults. We tend to go to the handphone most of the time. The first thing, when we wake up in the morning, what do? Handphone first, you alright? Before we sleep, what is the last thing that we do? Handphone! It's like handphone is our wife or our person who is so dear to us, you know. Those days in the past, you want to see your wife, you want to see someone dear to you. The first thing you do in the morning, you want to talk to the person, right? The last thing you want to do also, you want to talk to the person before you sleep. But now, it is being replaced by handphone. So if we say we don't have any addiction, it is quite not really true because handphone now is taking over our lives. When there is no charger, when the battery is going low, we get very what? Stressed, unsafe, anxious, you know? So then it has power over us. Now this is what we call the addiction. Alright? Because we seems to lose power over the control of handphone. Alright? And it is now affecting our lives. So handphone, gadgets is the one that is now affecting us. The next one is drug. This is very obvious. We're talking about drug addicts, okay? Of course, they need to depend on the drug and things like that. Next one is something which is very interesting that you might want to think about it. It's the need. When you see a lot of shoes here, you might thinking, why so many shoes? What's that? Shopping. Shopaholic. And then what else? Huh? Possessiveness. You want to keep things. Okay? You want to keep more things at home. One pair of shoes is not enough. Okay? 2 pairs is better because I need to match. Alright? But 2 pairs actually is not really good enough. So I need more. Okay? And then eventually when I open my wardrobe, wow, so many. And then the shoes nowadays don't last quite some time. If you don't wear and wear it, it will just go out. Alright? That is possessiveness. So this we call the physical addiction. Somehow or other, we ourselves, to a certain extent, it has. But if it is affecting our life, then we need to look into it. Alright? The next one is very interesting. It's called the mental addiction. This is something which is interesting because we don't see the object. But we can recognize through some activities that we do. This one, what is happening? This girl. In this, we talk about busyness. B-U-S-Y-N-E-S-S. We want to become busy. And we think that when I'm busy, then I'm productive. And we are so busy in the way that we tend to forget eating. We tend to let go of our sleeping time. we sleep less, we forget eating. And then we think this should be the way, and it should be the norms. When someone is busy, that means it's very successful. So in a way that we will be thinking that, hey, I'm busy, you don't call me, I'm busy, I need to do this. But is it affecting your lives? Maybe. Okay, are you spending time with your kids? Or you're busy working? Are you spending time for yourself? Are you having proper meal time, eating? Or I'm so busy until I've got no time to eat. So I'm just eating pizza, watching, looking at the computer. Okay? Or I just simply buy a packet of chips and then I'm eating the chips. I'm hurting myself, but I do not know about it. I'm not aware that I am now into an addiction of being busy. Alright? This is something that we need to think about it. Then the next one is attention seeking. Give me the attention. Hello. You all need to clap louder, you know. Then I will tell you more. How was my presentation just now? Good or not? Sure or not? Really, really good or not? They must share something lah. Must share that is really good. Really or not? So this is very subtle. I have this actually even since young. You know why? Because when I was young, I want to be a good girl. So that my father will praise me. My father will love me more. And then I'll become his favorite daughter. And then whatever that I want, then he can give me. Okay? So that was when I was young. Good girl, you 很听话, very good. Then when I grow up, then my father want me to have good result. So yes, I work so hard. I get good result. Simply because I want that attention from my father. Okay? If I don't get good result, I feel very sad. But sometimes when I get good result, I also don't get the attention. But I don't know it. But when I start work, same thing, I want to perform. I work so hard to gain the recognition, the praise from others. You know? But sometimes, people don't give it to me. How do I feel? At first I thought, maybe I need to work harder. Okay? Then I work harder. I try harder. But sometimes I get it. Sometimes I don't. Then it becomes miserable when somebody kind of like say something not so nice to me. No, I feel miserable, I feel depressed. But I do not know that actually this could be an addiction for attention. And it will affect the life. Why? It becomes some kind of stress to me if I don't get it. And I thought I must work very hard to get it. Which later we will explain why I'm at the wrong direction of not having to get it all the time and losing it. Alright, we will go deeper from there. Next one, emotional addiction. Feeling depressed. Okay? There are certain times we just suddenly feel depressed, not happy, negativity. You know, we tend to complain a lot. If we sit down quietly and listen to our conversation, are we saying something which is uplifting all the time? Or are we complaining all the time when we sit together with our friends? Are we complaining about our boss? And then we feel fun. Okay? Are we complaining about government? Yes. And then when we are quiet, we feel what? Bored. And then sometimes we feel depressed. We just don't feel happy. Why? Okay? Then somebody is celebrating something, you say, okay, so what? No joy. And then people want to go and find happiness. They say, my goal in life is I want to find happiness. Can happiness be found? It's interesting. Next one, the need to have the power. It's also an addiction that a lot of people, a lot of us who have not recognized it. What do you mean by power? It begins from home. When we were young, and the parents, they want to show that they have the power. They will tell you to listen to them. If you don't listen, they whack you. Now you listen, now I'm power. Okay? Then, when you start work, the boss wants to have the power. You must listen to me. There's a need to have power. And it will be of the negative side if it is hurting the person. You know? Then we need to think about why this thing happened and how do we tackle it. Above all, the third category of the addiction we call the addiction of philosophical. This is something deeper. And this is the key to both and all the addiction. What is the meaning? Philosophical addiction. Do you want to really go deeper? Or I skip this part? Can skip this part? Okay, listen very carefully. You sure or not?
Sure.
I'm coming to the main thing already. Of all the addiction, this is the greatest addiction of all. All of us, including myself. We have the addiction of seeing the things wrongly. I repeat, we have the addiction of seeing things wrongly. What is the meaning? You will be thinking, why we have this Queen Elizabeth here? Hi. What do you mean? A lot of times we think that everything is coming from outside. My boss lah, always want to be right, I have the point and then he think he's right. Okay? Oh, I want to get praise from my father. Hey, my father, please give me praise. Hey, boss, look at me, I'm working very hard, I work this PowerPoint 3 hours, 4 hours, even midnight. I slept 2 hours today, boss. Recognition, boss. Hey, I work very hard. Boss, give me recognition. Okay? Coffee. Hey, I drink coffee, then I have inspiration. I drink coffee, then I can stay awake. So coffee, drink more. Tachuko, gao, okay. Boss, gao one. Sure, very I want coffee. It's coming from here. We think things can help me. Okay? We think people can give me the recognition that I want. We think I feel not happy is because of you lah. Tell me this thing make me feel so sad. You lah always criticize me. I work so hard already, you still want to criticize me. It's you, it's not my problem. It's always something from here. And we do not know this is also an addiction of thinking everything is from outside causing me the pain. And this is the greatest addiction of all. Although now we already know the pen, it's from here. Okay? And then sometimes we say it's sometimes from here lah. When it's good, it's my seed. Okay? I plant good seed, so I have good money. But when someone makes you feel angry, you say from here, cannot be. Must be the person lah. Everybody also see the person got problem. Must be that problematic person, not me. Correct? This is the addiction of seeing things wrongly. It's okay because it's a good news. Those days we don't know. So you must give yourself a big clap because you now have more information. Okay? Good. So now, the first step is what? Many a times we are blind. We do not know actually I have the addiction for myself. When I attend this, I say, no lah, I have no addiction. What alcoholic? I don't drink alcohol. Coffee, I also rarely drink coffee, Then handphone, I need to check the handphone because sometimes people want to text me something urgent. So No, I need to check the handphone. So I don't have addiction. But then, this is something that blinds us, and this is now controlling our lives. So it's utmost important that we start to discover what is that blocking us from progressing from what I want in the future. So the first step is to find out. So these are some of the ways that when you attend a course, we will teach you, like for example, how to find my addiction so that I can handle it. First, number one, we suggest you can ask your friends or your parents or your family members, ask them, do I have something that I repeat doing it compulsively, I cannot control, and I'm hurting myself, which I don't even know, and I'm also hurting you. And I tend to get anxious or frustrated or angry if I don't get it. Okay, so maybe your friends and family members can give you some ideas. This one way. Way number two, we need to pause. It's like, for example, when I start arguing with people, then I need to pause, you know. Why am I arguing with the person? I just want to be right. Why I want to be right? Because I want the power of getting right. So I need to pause and then check. Then I know. The next one is analyze your upset feelings. So when having conversation with others, or when you're doing something, or when I'm doing something, if I get upset, say for example, I do the project, then I show the boss. Then the boss says, no good, I feel upset. Okay, then I have to check why I feel upset. You know, is the person not appreciating me? Then I tell the person, hey, I spent a long time doing this one, you know, then you say no good, you ask me to do again. When in my mind I'll be thinking, wow, I spent so many hours doing it, then come back to me, tell me no good. Then I have to check. You know, why I feel upset when the person give me good feedback to improve. It's logically it doesn't make sense, right? But when we are upset, we don't think like that way. We think like you do not appreciate me. We think like you are not accepting my idea. We think that, hey, I really work the best of my ability already, but you still feel not happy, you know. Because I thought when I work hard, I should get the recognition. Next one. Examine our relationship problem. This is very easy when people are into the relationship. Okay? When we have relationship problem, we look into our addiction, and then we go deeper. Once we find it, then you can get freedom, break free from the addiction. That's our team. Alright? And these are some of the ways. And these are, if you try this, and you find that it's not working, or you still cannot find your worst addiction, then what should we do? Okay, solution. Use the Geshe Michael say 4 steps. Use 4 steps to do it. Okay, think about, okay, now I realize that maybe addiction is running my life. It's not doing me good. But I don't really know which one is the worst addiction that I have that is running my life. But I want to break free. Okay, so in one sentence, I want to find my worst addiction. Then very easy, just find someone who are having the same problem. Okay, and then help the person. Maybe another person also say, I also don't know what is my addiction. Okay, I just get angry all the time. I just know I'm angry. I also don't know what is the addiction. Or I feel like my boss every time also complain about me lah. Don't appreciate me lah. No, I also don't know what is my addiction. Find someone with the same problem, haven't found the addiction. And then help the person. Do it. And lastly, remember to do coffee meditation if you want to see the result fast. Okay? Can. Simple as that. So far so good. Still surviving? Yes, huh? Okay, we go slightly deeper. Okay? We talk about the wheel of life a little bit. Okay. Remember just now, Teacher Sunny mentioned about the wheel of life, which we will be teaching you in level 6. It is one of the tools. It's the best tools because this thing have been taught since 2,500 years ago. So it's not something very new. It's an ancient wisdom that when you are in the course, we are going something spiraling down. It's called the downward spiral. Going downwards. When you talk about going downwards, it's something that is bringing us down. Something which is not desirable. Something which is not good. Okay? So how? What is it talking about? This thing has a name. It is called the wheel of life. Okay? It's called the wheel of life. The wheel. You know? The wheel, huh? You know the wheel, right? The wheel of the car. The wheel of the car is what? Going round and round, round and round. The wheel. Okay? The wheel of life. But it is about the life of a suffering life. But it can be reversed if we understand how it works. Okay? So let's look into the first layer of the understanding of the wheel of life. What do you mean by the downward cycle? Okay, to explain the downward cycle, I need to tell you a little bit about what Bishop Michael in the public talk this year talked about. That is the two husbands in the kitchen. Okay, anybody heard about it? Nobody. Okay. So I need to explain a little bit. Okay, what do you mean by two husbands in the kitchen? It simply means that, okay, if I'm a mother, I tell my kid, okay, tomorrow I'm going to work. So tomorrow you wake up early, okay? And I bring you to the school because I have a meeting with the boss. Very important. Early meeting. Alright? So tomorrow you'll wake up early. Then come the next day. Happily, I want to bring my kids to school already. I open the door and the kids still, what? Sleeping, playing, not dressed up. So how do I feel? I feel very angry. So when you are angry, what do? You scold the kid, you yell at them. You say, what are you doing here? You're so stupid, you cannot understand. Blah, 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 blah. Then you start yelling, right? You start scolding, right? Natural reaction. So I yell at the kid already. Still have to bring them to school. Finish the story. Then a few weeks later, I come home. I feel so tired after work. And I thought, if I go home, my husband is at home, he will happily receive me at home, give me a hug, a smile. So I open the door. Then out of no reason, my husband scolded me. You know, and said, you stupid woman, why you so late come back, blah, blah, blah. Then I was thinking, why? Why is he scolding me? I didn't do anything. Right? Correct? Then how is my reaction? Scold back lah, huh? Why, you don't understand me, I work so hard, you know. Why you blah, blah, blah. Then we start scolding, yelling, and then quarreling. Okay? Not knowing that why my husband scolding me is because of I yell at my kids. And then the seed ripened here. My husband yelled at me. And then I yell back at my husband. Then a few weeks later, then my kids are more. Okay, I yell at them. Then I go back. So it looks like what? Cycle. It's the cycle. It's like the wheel of life. That you are turning the wheel. And this cycle is bringing us not upwards, going downwards. The relationship becomes worse and worse. The kids' behavior become bad and worse. But we don't understand. Then we go and complain, my kids you never listen to me one, you know. I have to scold them. Then my husband, you not loving me anymore. Then we go down to the downward spiral. The life becomes miserable and difficult. Correct, huh? So this is what is being explained in the wheel of life. When we get this addiction, we do not understand, we will go down the cycle. How? Take for example, the coffee downward cycle. Okay? The coffee downward cycle, or maybe the alcohol downward cycle. Alcohol is more obvious. Say for example, a person when he have not drunk the alcohol before, or beer or wine, so per se. His life is just normal, happy. Okay? Like what is being explained here, the happy life, is like the human life, very happy. Then, somehow or other, the friend bring them the first glass of wine. Drinking that, the friend say, hey, you feel relaxed, you know. Okay? So you drink, I think so, I feel more relaxed already after drinking the wine. So we are like in the heaven, you know. And this is the heaven rhyme, you know. So you feel happy. Then we think that there is happiness in the wine. Okay? We relate happy equals to the wine. So I want happiness, I find the wine. I go to the pub. Alright? So that is the connection. Then, when I'm not happy, the first thing what I think? Yum sing, okay. So we go and drink. Alright? So we have the second cup of the wine. Now the second glass will enhance our belief that yes, the wine can make me feel happy. Okay, so I confirm, I'm not happy, I go drink. Then, the third time, when I'm not so happy, I think about the wine again. Alright, so I reach out for the third glass of wine. And I drink it, I feel somehow okay. But not so happy lah. So I have to drink the fourth cup. Just like coffee. You know, I drink the first one, at first I think, wow, very good. Kick, I feel really alert. But next time, when I'm not so alert, I go for coffee that time, I notice that it doesn't give me the same kick. And the addicts is always looking for what? The first pleasurable feeling. The first time, we get it. The first time when we drink coffee, we feel, ooh, nice. The first time we smoke the cigarette, we feel cool. The first time we drink the wine, happy. So we always want to get back the same feeling. Even the addiction for attention is also the same. The first time I get the attention, how do I feel?
Excited.
Whoa, excited, nice, cool. Shock, okay? 爽啊, okay. But then, when I don't hear that anymore, how do I feel?
Very disappointed.
Yeah, the degree is like,
No life at all.
not so nice. Okay, then we want to do more. Then we start drinking more of the coffee, thinking that the more I drink the coffee, the more kick I have. Thinking that the more cigarette I smoke, the more kick I have. Thinking that the more wine I drink, the more kick I have. Thinking that the more I work harder, the more praises I will get. And then I go into the downward cycle. Then I become, in this case, they say, animal. What do you mean by animal? You behave like animal already. Animal is like you suddenly hit the dog, what would the dog do? They'll bite you, lor. Same thing, lor. When you don't get the coffee, you bark at people, lah. Okay? You behave like an animal already, you know. You will start screaming, you start scolding. Yeah? Just to want that thing that we want. Okay? And then it will go downward cycle because even if you have got more coffee, we don't feel the kick anymore. And we feel frustrated. And that is where the downward cycle starts spinning. Okay? And that's where the suffering that we created ourselves. Alright? So this is what we are saying. But in the course, we are going to teach you on how to reverse the downward cycle to the upward cycle, using some of the tools. Okay, we will go in detail, step by step. How are you going to reverse this cycle so that you will go to the upward cycle instead of feeling miserable depressed, sad, we are going to feel enlightened. You're going to feel happy, excited, you know, smooth sailing, everything that you like. But how? Okay? So far so good? Still surviving?
Yes.
I'll move on to the next one. The next one is addiction diamond deal. This is a very interesting topic. Have you heard about the diamond deal? Okay, two. So I need to explain what is diamond deal very quickly, okay? If you want to know the whole set of story, and if you don't want to come for the class, there's another chance. You go buy a book from outside. It's called Karma of Love. Inside that book, Karma of Love, you can find the story about the diamond deal, okay? But it's not about addiction diamond deal, okay? It's about diamond deal. Diamond deal is a concept. What concept? This concept happens when Gershon Michael talked about the diamond dealer, okay? A person who sells the diamond. And then, normally who will come and buy a diamond? Huh? Ladies. Oh, when you're getting married, right? You want to buy a diamond ring, so that, because diamond means, huh? Forever, love forever, 永恒的爱。对, diamond, forever and ever, huh? So you go to the diamond store and then you want to buy a diamond. Normally it's a couple going to get married, so you go together, alright? So what happened? The dealer tricked the young couple with 2 diamonds, which is of not so good quality. Okay? One is a little bit yellowish, another one there is a black dot in the diamond. So when put into situation, these 2 young couples do not know which one to choose. Should I buy the one with a little bit yellowish, or should I buy the one with a black dot in it? And then the shopkeeper normally will trick the person to choose between these 2 deals, which is not so desirable. Alright? So and then the young couple like get confused and then probably chosen the wrong one. Of course it's the wrong one because both also not the best one. Okay. Now, in addiction diamond deal, it means that when we have so-called the addiction, say for example, I'm addicted to goreng pisang. Okay? Then should I stop eating goreng pisang? When people offer me goreng pisang, I say no. Or should I gradually stop it? Like, okay, last time I eat 5 goreng pisang, now I eat half. So I'm choosing, you know, not eating it, or maybe eat a little bit. But in our system, we tell you that we do not have to make such a choice at all. We do not have to make such a choice at all. Understand? We don't have to choose between the 2 bad choices. You understand what I'm saying? We do not even have to choose between 2 bad choices. Why? You don't even have to choose. You don't have to choose like I abstain from eating goreng pisang, or I just eat a little bit goreng pisang, or I abstain from drinking coffee, or I should gradually reduce drinking coffee. We do not have to choose this at all. Get it? So in our system, we say that you can have what you want so long as you have the seed. What is it talking about? It means that we don't even have to put into the scenario where we have been caught in the addiction. Got it? You don't even have to be put into the situation where you're being caught in it. Which means that you're breaking free lah from your addiction. You're breaking from the cycle. You already get out from the cycle. You don't even have to choose between two addicted things. To choose between what should I do? Should I stop drinking totally? Or should I just drink a little bit, then slowly I stop? Okay, so in our system we are saying that you can actually break free from the addiction if you know the way, if you understand the wheel of life and work on the wheel of life, we can actually free ourselves from addiction. Understand? Okay? So imagine how would it be when you're living in a world where you do not have the addiction to, let's say, coffee, internet, attention from others, and those types of addiction. How would you feel? Huh? What kind of life would that be? Would it be something that is really free? Certainly. That is precisely our topic today. How to break free from the addiction. Okay? So far so good? We will stop here. My slide will stop here. Teacher Sunny will give you more information, alright, about this topic. Wonderful information, and it is really a wonderful time that you'll spend today, because these are the topics that are being covered in level 6. And today we are sharing with you. It sounds a little bit deep, but it's okay, because this is the first time that you heard about it. And it challenged our belief system. Okay? If you don't understand, probably later you can ask me questions. Alright, and with that, I'd like to pass my mic to Teacher Sunny, who is going to tell us a little bit more about this topic. Please welcome Teacher Sunny.